Give me a sec, everyone. Let me just go ahead and share this real quick. Let me just go ahead and share the stream so other people can know what I'm doing as well. The more the merrier, I always say, and then we'll get started shortly. Da-da-ba-ba-ba-da-da-ba-da. Ba-ba-ba-da-da-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-da-da-ba. Mhm. 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 Ba-ba-ba. I think I might do this from now on. Whenever my streams start, I'll tag it in the beginning so people can know right then and there. But enough about that, ladies and gentlemen. I kept you waiting for long enough, and we need to go ahead and get started. Yo, peoples, Kyushu92 here, and welcome back to yet another One Punch Man read-through. As you know, I do this every Wednesday until I'm fully caught up with the entire series. And, well, today we're going to be reading through Volume 3. And I'm looking forward to reading through this and catching up and just getting a refresher course on this entire series through all of these volumes. Now, as you also know, I do Jujutsu Kaisen on Thursdays as well, so look forward to that. And then on Fridays, I do reactions to the newest chapter of the beginning after the end. So, busy week, but it's a week that I enjoy investing a lot of time into. All right, let's go ahead and get started. One Punch Man Volume 3, if I can find it. One Punch Man Volume 3, The Rumor. And we're going to be going through punches 16 through 20 with 2 bonus mangas down at the end. So we'll cover those as well. Punch 16, I passed. And it shows Saitama. Wait, did I overskip something? Oh, right, this isn't the anime, so it just goes straight to the nitty-gritty without filler. I forgot manga doesn't have filler in it. It doesn't pad for time, it just gets straight to the important stuff. My bad. But we got Saitama here with him standing in a line full of other muscular dudes trying to get like a hero license. And someone says, "Next! Lateral jumps! 30 seconds! Start!" And then Saitama, with his superior strength, does tons of lateral steps in seconds. Next! The 1,500 meter dash. And Saitama easily wins it. Weightlifting! And Saitama is easily lifting a giant pair of dumbbells that have like, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 weights on each side, but the weights themselves are taller than Saitama, and he's easily lifting it. And then vertical jump! And it shows Saitama has jumped so high into the air that his head is literally in the ceiling. And all the other guys that were there standing in line thinking that he wasn't going to do anything, they all look with beads of sweat all over their bodies, just thinking, and with one of them thinking, I'm going home. And then we cut to Saitama, who says, "Whew, finally, done with the tests. Now I just have to wait for the results." And then we see Saitama walking in with his impeccably chiseled body. And then we see Genos, who then walks up, and he's shirtless as well, but since his body's all cybernetic, that's pretty much all we see. I think it's better if I can... Hold on. Let me adjust this a little bit so I'm not leaning as much. Ah, here we go. Much better. With Genos saying, "Oh, you're done too." Oh, and then no, Saitama says, "Oh, you're done too?" And then Genos says, "Yes." How'd it go? "Both the written and physical tests were ridiculous." "Yeah, too easy for a hero test. A score over 7. Oh, a score over 7. Why was I about to call 70 70? Why was I about to call 70 70? My bad. A score over 70 is passing. The written test was so easy that we are sure to get perfect scores. The problem is the physical test, but we should be fine. 1 hour later. And Geno says, I scored 100. It says I am approved to be a Class S hero. What does that mean? What is the purpose of assigning ranks? Master? And then Saitama's looking. And then apparently Saitama is sullen because he says, I passed with 71 points, making Class C. And then Genos, bothered by this, says, I will lodge a complaint with the testers. No, it's too embarrassing! And then we have someone over the intercom saying, Mr. Genos and Mr. Saitama, a seminar for successful applicants begins at 1600. Please come to Hall 3. And then Saitama says, all right, let's go. We passed, so we're in. Let's finish up and blow this joint. Then we get to Hall 3 with someone saying, congratulations on passing. And Saitama's just chilling in the chair, chewing on gum while they're listening in to whoever is speaking right now. One of you got through on a fluke. Work hard so your good luck doesn't go to waste. But don't get cocky. From now on, you must live lives befitting heroes. Your faces will be on the Heroes Association's official website. And then it just shows Saitama steadily chewing gum, and he's not really paying attention to the whole seminar. Are you even listening to me? Your clueless mug will be all over the country, unless you want to endure shame! And then this person jumps up, and he starts doing all these different hand movements. It says, unless you want to incur shame, aim to become a magnificent hero like me! And then it shows Saitama blowing a bubble so big that it pops all over his face. Chilling with Kyushu-sama on my lunch break. Well, hopefully I'm able to entertain you during this lunch break. We are still on Punch 16, the first chapter of Volume 3 of One Punch Man, so I'm still going through it. And Saitama pops his bubble, and it pops all over his face with, Genos in the background getting a handkerchief as Saitama struggles to get the gum all over his face. Then the person who's speaking to them says, Class A heroes have some influence over the association, but numbskulls can lose points and rank at any time. Remember that! And then Saitama really is not paying attention to this entire seminar because all he can think of is, what should I have for supper? Then it cuts to the evening as Genos and Saitama are walking away, with Saitama saying, what a boring seminar. The world will now recognize us as heroes. Now you can operate with your head held high. And now, I am officially your pupil. I am looking forward to lessons. Yeah. Oh no, I shouldn't have promised that, Saitama thinking, completely forgetting that he said that if Genos passed the Heroes Association and became full-fledged heroes along with him, then he'd be his disciple. Now he's realizing the mistake he's made. Oh no, I shouldn't have promised that. Especially to him. But I guess we are done for today. Yeah, bye. And then we cut back to the Heroes Association. Those two newbies today. Did they really pass? Their attitudes were horrible. I'm Class A, rank 38, and they didn't know me. They also seemed ignorant of how harsh the world is. The amateurs. They'll die in no time. And then one of the other individuals that's there talking to the person that was giving the seminar, he was in like this snakeskin suit. He says, no, Genos passed both the written and physical tests with perfect scores. We haven't seen such a feat in 2 years. He jumped straight to Class S. It's outstanding for a newcomer. And while Saitama's written test and essay were dreadful, he scored the full 50 points in physical strength. Overall, he just barely scraped by, but in nearly every physical test, he well surpassed all previous records. As we see the damage that Saitama left in the wake of him completing all these physical tests, such as the hole in the ceiling and the imprint of his foot into the ground. And the guy then ends the conversation by saying, a god resides in his flesh. And the guy with the snakeskin suit looks kind of puzzled at the other guy speaking at the window, with him saying, "Snake, Genos has already surpassed your rank, and Saitama may soon overtake you." So his name is Snake. Snake. You know the snake meme? Snake. That guy? And then it cuts to Saitama, who's walking by himself, thinking, if I reach the top of Class C ranking, I become Class B. Class S is above Class A. Maybe Genos is really amazing. And then it just shows Saitama walking down the road, with him also thinking, I feel like maybe I'm not the hero I wanted to be. Yo, Kyushu, at work, probably shouldn't be watching. But man, why not? Just be very careful, Looney. Be very, very careful. Don't let me get you in trouble at work. Please don't let me get you in trouble. I know you want to tune in, but it's not worth me. I am not worth you losing your job or getting in trouble at your job. Let me just say that. So enjoy whenever you can, and even if you can't make this whole thing, this will be up later for you to fully enjoy. So just be careful, all right? I feel like maybe I'm not the hero I wanted to be. Then it cuts to Snake dashing up to where Saitama is, and then he jumps in front of Saitama saying, "Let's continue the seminar. In this business, we crush newbies!" And it shows Snake preparing to fight Saitama. Quite a few heroes are worried about getting surpassed in rank. And it shows Snake trying to aim towards Saitama, with him saying, "So I'm crushing you now!" And he punches Saitama in the face. It actually shows the impact on Saitama's face. But then we cut to the next page, and it just shows Saitama walking away with Snake, and it's like a horizon type shot. You just see the shadow. The silhouette. You just see the silhouettes of everyone. You see Saitama in the distance walking away, and only the legs of Snake just sticking up in the air because, Saitama punched him. But that's the end of Punch 16. Onwards to Punch 17. Sparring. And I believe this is the chapter where we got to see just what would happen if Saitama decided to get a little bit serious, but only momentarily. That'll happen during the whole Boros thing. Oh, I can't wait to get to that volume. But Punch 17, sparring. And then it shows Genos on the phone. I'm at the bottom of the Class S ranking, and you're at the bottom of Class C rankings in the hero registry. For now, it lists us as Genos and Saitama, but at some point we will acquire hero names. And then Saitama says, hero name? What's that? I suppose it is a nickname that highlights a hero's characteristics. For example, I could be the blonde cyborg. Then I would be the bald cape. But that doesn't really matter. Thank you for granting my request today. And then Saitama says, well, I did promise to take you on as my student. We're gonna spar, but not too seriously, right? No, I am serious, and I will make sure you are too. And then it shows Genos getting in his stance, his chest lighting up. Now, let us begin. And it shows Genos crouching down. It shows turbines on the back of his shoulders whirring up, and it shows him speeding straight towards Saitama, who just easily leans back and dodges the kick. This scene in the anime was just absolutely flawless. The animation was top notch. Genos notices that Saitama dodges and then proceeds to use his hands and blast in one direction to stop his motion in order for him to try and kick Saitama, but Saitama just dodges again. Then as he's dodging out of the way, Saitama just says, oh. And then it shows Genos coming down with a full-fledged axe kick, pretty much imploding the ground where he impacts on. And it shows Saitama jumping in the air away from the kick. Then it shows Genos configuring his arm to be like this massive, multifaceted cannon to blast in the direction of Saitama. And it just destroys a big part of the environment in the path of the laser itself. And then it shows the aftermath, as it shows the turbine on his arm, like his arm configuration, just whirring down with Saitama, who easily dodged it, just saying, that was close. My clothes almost got burnt. because it was a massive explosion. Just one arm was enough to be a massive explosion, which Genos kind of breathing out like steam because it takes a lot of power for him to do. It's no use. I need more speed. And then it shows Genos gearing himself up even more, and then it shows him dashing towards Saitama. And it shows them ping-ponging throughout the different environments, but they're moving so fast that you only see the shockwaves of where they were. You don't even see their body shapes. You just see the sonic booms of them moving so fast that that's all you see. Just the shockwaves of their movement. And different places of the entire mountain range, that because they're in a very sparse, open mountain range type area. I don't know why I looked at my like that was my camera. But they're in a big, wide open range right now. And they're constantly clashing with blows. And it really shows Genos punching in one direction, but it doesn't show Saitama. Because all you see is, you see Genos in one panel, and then he's looking and he's wondering, I haven't even been punching anything? And then Genos realizes that he's staring at a blank space in the rock that he's been trying to hit. And then he realizes, he is not here? Have I been punching his after image the whole time? Then he uses his eyes to try and find where Saitama is, and it shows Saitama running, casually running, with Genos propelling himself towards where Saitama is. Then he lands in front of Saitama, and then combines his arm into basically what Megatron did in the first Transformers movie, where he combined his arms together to create the ionic cannon. He combines his arms together to be like this massive cannon. And then it just goes, incinerate! And a blast that easily eclipses his first blast during the beginning of the battle just goes in the direction of where Saitama is, with Genos thinking, a dead-on hit. Now maybe Master will take this seriously. And then it just shows Saitama is already behind Genos, who taps him on the shoulder, and then he pokes Genos in the cheek, with Genos saying, behind? And then Saitama just smiling behind him saying, okay, I win. And then it shows Genos trying to punch in the direction of Saitama, with Genos then saying, Master, yes? Have you forgotten the rules of this match? Evade any blows that are possible to evade. Fight without any fooling around. Do not worry about me. And keep fighting until I am immobilized. And then Saitama's all like, I kinda remember. Then it goes back to Genos in the next page. Even he cannot explain the secret to his pure strength, but this battle may afford me a clue. That is all. And then it shows, as Genos is preparing to gear up again, that Saitama is directly in front of him. It's like he just disappeared. Sorry can't stay, but love all your stuff. Well, thank you. Thank you. All I hope is that you enjoy everything that I do. Well, you say you love all my stuff, but hey, as long as you're entertained, that's good enough for me. That's good enough for me. I'm not a hard guy to please. As long as you're entertained by the things that I do, that I've done my job. But it shows that as Genos is, why did I call him Genos? My bad. So offensive. My bad. But as it shows Genos preparing to gear up, Saitama just appears in front of him. He's so close. And then as it shows Genos trying to kick in the direction of Saitama, Saitama is already at his back the moment Genos tries to kick, showing that the speed that we've been seeing Saitama be at this whole time, he's just been toying around, because he is already right behind Genos before Genos can fully get out of this motion. And it shows Saitama gearing up to punch Genos, and Genos is thinking, what? And then he looks back, only to see Saitama punching in his direction. And all you see in this beautifully drawn double panel here, all you see is the word death, as his punch gets really close to Genos. Then Saitama stops his punch directly in front of Genos, but then you see this massive upheaval of air just erupt around them. Like the force of Saitama's blow was so great that it just caused the air to displace itself. And then he just taps Genos in the forehead, kind of like Itachi did with Sasuke back in the day, saying, "I'm hungry. Let's go eat. How about going for udon?" And then Genos is just left awestruck and speechless, and he just says, "Yes, let's." And then it cuts to Genos looking back, and he's thinking, "I am prepared to do anything to become stronger. But I simply cannot imagine ever approaching Master's strength." So what it shows in the wake of this is Saitama pretty much just destroyed a massive portion of the mountain range that they're in right now. I know in the anime that it showed that his punch, just the force of his punch, was enough to bore a hole straight through the entire mountain and even part some of the clouds. But here it just shows that a big portion of the mountain range that they were standing and surrounded in, yeah, a big chunk of it is gone as Saitama just walks away. But Genos is thinking, "I simply cannot imagine ever approaching Master's strength. He is in a different dimension." And then Saitama's looking back saying, "Huh? What's the matter? You don't like udon?" And that's the end of Punch 17. Onwards to Punch 18, Pounding the Pavement. It's been 5 days since I made my professional debut as a hero. So far, nothing major has happened. It's normal for me to have nothing to do, and it just shows Saitama reading some manga called Cockroach Buster. But one thing is bothering me. Genos came again today, and it appears he has a large pack on his back. Why is he just standing there? Or is that just my imagination? And then it shows Genos with this massive backpack just dropping it on the floor saying, "May I live here?" And then Saitama says, absolutely not." Is he serious? And then Genos just drops an enormous stack of yen. Like, it is 10,000 yen bills. Like, it's a stack of 10,000 yen bills. It's not 10,000 yen bills, but it's a 10,000... How can I say this correctly? It's a stack of yen that each... how can I say this? It's a stack of 10,000 yen bills. The bill itself is 10,000 each, not just a stack of 10,000. I think that might be the best way I can describe that. I am so sorry. It's just trying to contemplate that and say it correctly without it sounding odd was tricky for me. My bad. But he drops a stack of money. Let's just say that. Save time. Too long, didn't read. Drops a huge stack of money on the table with him saying, "I will pay rent." And then Saitama kind of sweating says, "Did you bring a toothbrush?" Then we cut to the outside of Saitama's apartment, where they still have the hole that was there when he fought, like, the experiments from the House of Evolution still there. And then it shows Genos writing in his journal with Saitama saying, "What are you writing?" "My diary. I'm recording your teachings and training exercises." Oh man, he just raised the bar again. I don't have a single thing to teach him, so it feels wrong to keep playing the master. Come up with some kind of training method or spiritual teaching. It's no use, I can only think of muscle training. That's all I ever did, but he won't accept that. And then Genos says, "By the way, according to the seminar, a Class C hero who remains inactive for 1 week is dropped from the hero registry. Will you be alright?" And then it just cuts to a double spread page as it zones in on Saitama realizing. It cuts to another double panel with Saitama saying, "What? They said that?" "Yes, there are tons of Class C heroes and the bar is low, so they weed them out. But nothing's come up on TV. The media only reports big incidents such as disasters requiring evacuation, terrorism, and the appearance of dangerous monsters. You may not be aware of it, but you have only confronted supervillains and evil organizations that no one else could handle. But Class C heroes mainly address purse snatchers, robbers, and street assailants. Most Class C heroes do not last long unless they keep themselves active. They grow discouraged and change jobs. If they do not pound the pavement and drum up results like a salaryman, no one pays any attention to them. And that's when it just dawns on Saitama as he gets up, he gets his clothes on and says, "This is no time to be reading manga!" "Shall we go then?" "Don't come with me! If I'm a Class S guy like you, you'll get... Okay. If I'm with a Class S guy like you, you'll get the credit for anything I do. But as your pupil..." And then something just clicks for Saitama as he says, as his whole art style changes, and he goes, "Genos." "Genos, my strong desire to be a hero led me to train and get strong. Maybe if you too live as if aiming for the heights of herodom, something will change. To put it bluntly, you're a cyborg, so physical training means nothing. You may be able to get stronger with simply the right attitude. In other words, train your spirit before worrying about strength through power or technology. To that end, fight it out in the strict world of professional heroes. Aim to make the top 10 of the Class S ranking. That is the right training for now." What am I saying? Oh well, I'll bluff my way through, as Saitama thinks, and Genos says, "You are right. I will do it." He bought it. "Give it your best. Bye now." And it just shows Saitama walking outside. And then it just shows Saitama just speeding through the streets thinking, "After that, I raced around. I ran around in a frenzy searching for bad guys. I ran and ran, but the town was peaceful. It's no use. Only one day left. I guess I'll head home. I'll leave tomorrow to tomorrow's me." The next day... Oh no, it's peaceful again today! I can't do anything! I'll lose my status as a hero! And it shows Saitama looking frantically back and forth. He's all like, "What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I'm gonna lose my job!" Then something comes flying in the air towards Saitama, and he easily catches it in an instant with his fingers. Kind of like that during the tuning exams with Sasuke, with Orochimaru when he caught the kunai between his fingers. With Saitama saying, Huh? You're, what's your name again?" And then it shows, Joints of Pain Panic. No, Speeda Sound Sonic. Sonic is back, apparently. And then it just shows... Wow. So... the remains of the Beast King, apparently in this next page, because that's the end of Punch 18. We're starting Punch 19 now. But apparently, the remains of the Beast King were still left out on the street, and some crows started pecking it and eating it, and they both got morphed and changed, and now they have bodies with arms and legs, along with their original bird bodies as well. So, eating the Beast King, parts of the Beast King has permanently changed some crows. It's just like a side small 4-paneled comic in between the punches. Punch 19, no time for this. And then it shows Sonic here saying, "Saitama, today I'm going to kill you. Sorry, but I'm busy some other time." And he says, "Sorry, but I'm busy some other time." And it just shows Saitama walking away from Sonic, paying him no mind. This absolutely infuriates Sonic, who says, "Do you think you can run from me?" And then it shows Sonic speeding towards Saitama, trying to swing his sword at him, but Saitama responds by turning quickly in the path of his sword and biting into the sword so hard. Not only does he catch the blade in his mouth, but he crunches down on the blade so hard that he breaks Sonic's sword. Just... first, catching a sword with your teeth is one thing, but catching the sword with your teeth and shattering it on impact the moment you bite down, this absolutely surprises Sonic, who thinks, "Huh? I didn't quite see that. I swung into his face, but the blade shattered." So Saitama moves so fast to break his sword that even Sonic wasn't able to perceive that speed. "I told you, I'm busy, you dimwit." I'm irritated, so stay out of my way. And there's an aura coming off of Saitama, with him saying, or I'll punch you. And that's when Sonic actually shivers a little bit, because he understands that if Saitama punches him, that's the end. The aura that Saitama is giving off is enough to intimidate Sonic. And there's that security tab. I knew it was going to come up soon. I gotta do this carefully, because I don't want to wind up taking off pieces of the page as well. Alright, that's another security tab I gotta get rid of. I can't remember when they stopped putting it in volumes, my bad. But Saitama says, or I'll punch you. And then Sonic shivers. Then some woman comes up and says, he's the one! And then we have someone saying, you look suspicious. And then both Sonic and Saitama look in direction as we see someone say, but now, the hero Tank Top Tiger is here! And they're both thinking, he's a hero? And then someone is saying, that guy's dangerous, do something about him! This is what you get for picking a fight. Maybe a good beating will cool your head. And then as Saitama is thinking that they're talking about Sonic, Tank Top Tiger puts his hand on Saitama's head saying, ever since yesterday, someone says, ever since yesterday, he's been running around town with the most awful look on his face. And then Tank Top Tiger says, I was talking to you. And then Saitama was all like, huh? Me? Wait a second, I'm a professional hero too. What's your hero name? I ain't never heard of the likes of no hero like I ain't never heard of no hero like you. So what? I'm a new guy. Well, you're bothering people, so scram. Or do you want to cross a Class C rank 6 hero? A hero shouldn't bother people. You'll ruin other heroes' reputations. What are you looking at me like? Why are you looking at me like that? I told you to get lost. But if you want to fight, then fine. And then some bystanders are looking around at Tank Top Tiger, talking down to Saitama, with one of them saying, hey, isn't that Tank Top Tiger? It's Tank Top Tiger! Seriously? It's really him! Ever since my rank broke the top 10 of Class C, people recognize me. Hey, newbie, what say you get rowdy and make me look good? And then, some shurikens get thrown in the direction of Tank Top Tiger, and they explode all over him. And Tank Top just goes like, yeah, as they explode off of him, and he just falls forward. So Tank Top Tiger just got taken out by Sonic. And then the bystanders are all screaming as they see Tank Top Tiger on the ground. And then Saitama says, what are you doing, Sonic? Tank Top Tiger! What's all the... I love how they say it in the anime. Tank Top Tiger! What's all the commotion? And then Sonic says, he was in my way, so I took him out. Call a hero! Run! Saitama. So you have one of those stupid hero titles too, huh? Then I'll make it so you have to fight me. Hero Saitama! And then it shows Sonic speeding around. It shows Sonic speeding around Saitama, and he starts throwing different shurikens in the direction of Saitama. And then some sort of, I don't know, some sort of energy starts to come outside of the shurikens. And he says, exploding shuriken! And apparently these are explosive shurikens that go towards Saitama, but he's preparing to catch them, but they completely go off of their flight pattern, and they start going in different directions as they start to hit random buildings. Like he's just causing wanton destruction now. Hail of carnage! And then Saitama's going, huh? As it shows that Sonic is pretty much destroying buildings, making people crash cars, putting people's lives in danger. With Saitama saying, stop it! Hey! Saitama! Fight me! And then some people are saying, ah! I'm gonna die! Oh no! Oh no! You're a hero, right? And it shows children crying, it shows people in cars that are crashed, and then it shows a car getting thrown up by one of these explosions in the path of a child with Sonic saying, "I'll slaughter them all!" And then it shows Saitama bending a tree in the path of the car to keep it from hitting the kid. If I remember correctly, the anime did it differently where it had Saitama come in and just completely block the car with one arm. If I remember correctly, I don't remember him bending a tree in the direction of a car hitting the kid, get in the path of the kid in the anime itself. But he says, "Ugh, everyone's getting in my way. I don't have time for this. I have to find and defeat a bad guy." A bad guy. And then it just kind of dawns on Saitama that he's standing in front of one, as it shows Sonic steadily in the air laughing maniacally as he's throwing more exploding shurikens, and then Sonic says, "If you won't come to me, then I'll bring the fight to you!" And then it shows Saitama, who's directly behind Sonic, who says, "Wait a sec, here's a bad guy." And it shows Saitama just, Reaper chopping Sonic directly into the ground. So forceful that his face leaves a massive cracked imprint on the ground. Whew, wonder if that counts as work. Then, that is the end of Punch 19. Onwards to Punch 20, The Rumor. Let me slide up here. Let me slide up. And I need to stop looking down and to the side. My bad, everybody. I gotta remain in front for you guys. And Punch 20, The Rumor. And we got someone with a jersey on that has Golden Ball, and we have someone with a suit on with one guy saying, "So, this is City Z. Let's begin our investigation immediately." It's a large city, but it's uninhabited from here on east. A few years ago, high-level monsters suddenly began appearing, so the residents migrated towards the center of the city. Now it's a ghost town with infrastructure like electricity and water left intact. We could live here cheaply. You're kidding, right? You just said City Z is in ruins. Rumor has it an awful monster lives here. You've heard about it, right? Rumor has it an awful monster lives here. You heard about it, right? Of course, I suppose that's why they sent us to this area. The number of disaster alerts has decreased, but be on your guard. Class A, rank 33 hero, Spring Mustachio. If we're going into a ghost town, we better get ready to fight. Class A, rank 29 hero, Golden Ball. And then he says, if we run into a monster, I'm not running away. Then it shows the skyline of the city, and then it shows City A Hero Association headquarters. And then someone puts a phone up to the table, and then a whole bunch of information just starts to shoot out across the desk. They got hologram desks. When are we going to get that? And with one of them saying, investigation reports are already coming in. The first is from Class A, from a Class S hero in City Q, named Watchdog Man. Nothing unusual. Nothing? Another careless answer. In number of disaster and average level of monsters, City Q is a hot zone. Well, you know how Watchdog Man is. His report means he can handle whatever happens, so there's no problem. He may only cover City Q, but he eliminates every single monster. So whoever Watchdog Man is, he's just sitting on a mound of monster corpses. That's how strong he is. Just casually sitting on top. Class S heroes are too imprecise for a decent report. Next to City W, and the Class A hero Heavy Kong. Nothing unusual. The Class B hero Mushroom and Class C hero Horsebone are in City H. Nothing unusual. The Class A hero Lightning Bolt Genji is in City D. Nothing unusual aside from the slow recovery since the city's destruction by giant monsters. Wait, City D. That's the same city that Saitama punched the giant dude, Marugorian, isn't it? That's the same city he punched him into. And then someone says, City B and D suffered horrible damage, causing intensive criticism of the association, this woman says, sitting in the chair. And then another guy says, in order to prevent such tragedies, we must ascertain whether any disturbing shadows lurk behind the water's surface. And then we have someone coming in saying, that is the purpose of this investigation. Discovering the monsters beforehand is difficult. City F is in the hands of the Class A hero Snakebite Snake. Hammerhead, former head of the terrorist group known as the Paradisers, is loitering around in a suit. We'll investigate. And then it shows that Hammerhead is apparently dressed up in a suit, and I don't think they realize that he's actually trying to look for a job. And they just think that he's loitering around. But then we go back to it. That's all. What about City Z? We've heard that the seeds of disaster lie in that suburban ghost town. No report has come in yet. 2 Class A heroes skilled in battle are performing the investigation. The number of monster appearances in City Z is much higher than elsewhere. The number of sightings has been increasing for over 10 years, since before the founding of the Hero Association. However, the source of disaster has not been located, so the cause of the appearances remains a mystery. There are various theories as to the cause, but the most plausible are the monsters are networking with each other. They have a colony where they multiply. A queen is giving birth to them. That pretty much sums it up, says Mustachio. There's no proof, but judging from the briefing materials, there's something to that ghost town, or rather, something is here. And as they walk through the place, you see that many of the places are destroyed with numerous holes, and they just get the vibe that they're being watched. Then it cuts to Genos, who's just someplace else, and he thinks something approaches. What is it? Then it goes to Golden Ball and Mustachio, with Golden Ball saying, if we solve this mystery, we'll be top rankers. And then Mustachio says, yes, we can't let the My Mask stay number 1 for... And then something walks behind them, and they both look in the direction of whatever this thing is, and they both think, is something there? A monster? We should confirm. But I can't imagine someone still living in this dangerous area. Let's go after it. And they immediately dash over in that direction. Then we cut to Genos, who's just thinking. And then he thinks, I guess they are not interested in anything over here. And he's inside the bathroom, back at home, just cleaning the toilets, because it says it's one of his daily chores. And then it shows something saying,
is this the place that the rumor was about? It doesn't feel like it, though. Too bad. Shall I go rampage downtown to blow off steam? It doesn't feel like it, though, after I came all this way. Too bad. Shall I go rampage downtown to blow off steam?
And then it shows Golden Ball and Mustachio dashing around the corner to see it. A monster! There it is. It's showtime, Golden Ball. I'm on it. Victory to he who shoots first.
Oh, some humans.
This can punch through a 5mm steel plate. Eat my shape memory golden bullet. And then he shoots off a golden ball that morphs into like this jagged edge projectile mid-flight. And whatever this seaweed-looking creature is, it uses one of his appendages to just nonchalantly slap it off to the side as it burrows into a nearby telephone post. What the? He slapped it aside like nothing. Then it shows that Golden Ball has been grabbed by the leg and dragged through numerous parts of the pavement as he screams out, "Gah!" as he's thrown into a nearby building and slammed in different places. And he slammed in near the top of a building a sizable distance away from where they were. And then Mustachio can only look on as Golden Ball's unconscious body falls from the imprint that he left in. Why did I say implant? Imprint on the building, with him saying, Golden Ball! And then he jumps away as Golden Ball falls and hits the ground hard, kinda on his face a little bit, so I don't know if he's alive. Then it shows Mustachio taking out his handkerchief from his chest pocket, and he snaps his fingers, and then a rapier just appears in his hands. Then the seaweed creature starts clashing with Mustachio, but Mustachio is able to deflect most of his blows. Why did I say bows? Then he puts his rapier up, with the seaweed creature going, huh? And then the rapier of Mustachio twirls in place, and then it shows Mustachio launching at the seaweed creature. And it dashes out of the way of this attack that almost hits it, but it covers a long distance, like it goes all the way to the end of the street where you can't even really see the end of it. So that's how far-reaching the attack was. Then Mustachio pulls his sword back, and it shows that the attack went so far that it hit a far distant telephone pole and bored straight through it. But Mustachio is thinking, oh no, he evaded my tomboy. And then the seaweed creature is looking as it shows it actually hit the seaweed creature, but only in the tip of one of its seaweed tentacle things.
Not bad.
Those tentacles, they're strong as steel. A monster who can wield a countless number of tentacles like whips. Most formidable.
And then he starts signaling backup on his phone.
I must request backup. Allow me to ask you something. Are you a monster who is born in this ghost town? Why and how?
Huh? I came from outside. I heard a rumor that super strong monsters were gathering here. I guess it was just a rumor, though. But maybe I can make that rumor come true.
And then we get the name of this monster, Kombu Infinity, as all of its seaweed tentacles start to flay out from its head, near its head, and start to reach out in the far distance.
The Ghost Town Monster. I like the sound of that.
Then it shows Mustachio kind of sweating. Then it cuts to the City Z headquarters, with a woman saying,
the City Z research team requests backup. A monster has appeared.
Is it strong?
Class A rank 29 Golden Ball is down, and Class A rank 33 Spring Mustachio is fighting for his life. They're in the uninhabited.
That word. Wow.
They're in the uninhabited area.
Send an emergency summons to all nearby heroes, Class A and above. Did you see the monster info for Class C? It was already designated a dangerous area, so no warning went out. But the threat level is Tiger or higher. Is it the Ghost Town monster? They still don't know.
Shall we go? I'll get to the bottom of that rumor, says someone. Then we cut back to the Ghost Town as we see the end of Mustachio's rapier just flying in the air, and we see that Mustachio has just been beaten senseless. His clothes is torn, he's bloodied and beaten all over. He's even missing his left shoe.
If it means running into creatures like this, I definitely don't want to live here.
And he just falls unconscious.
Huh? This is lame. This is boring. I beat a hero, but he's not even screaming. Living in an empty place like this, I would never get famous. I should go on the attack. I'll head into the inhabited areas. Huh? Someone's here. Another hero?
And it's Saitama, who's just carrying some groceries.
A normal guy? Someone lives here?
Then we cut to a narration that says, results of investigation into City Z. Nothing unusual to report in the business and residential areas. And then it just shows Saitama standing in front of Kombu Infinity, with Kombu saying,
if the rumored monster group existed, no human could live here. So the rumor was false.
Dang, I forgot to buy Kombu soup stock. However, with regard to the uninhabited areas designated a danger zone, caution still remains necessary. We encountered a ferocious and dreadful monster and suffered defeat. We escaped with our lives, but the monster absconded. It may now reside in the uninhabited area. Furthermore, according to the monster, there are rumors that multiple powerful monsters already live in that area. And then it cuts to heroes, who are coming into the area where Kombu and Saitama were, but they're looking at an aftermath of what is basically just a building with a massive gaping hole going up through the side in an upward motion. What happened here? What kind of monster could do this? The rumor remains unconfirmed, so says the narration, but the heroes dispatched as backup have discovered signs. I'd hate to butt heads with it. Further investigation is necessary. Huh? What's this? Part of the monster that Spring Mustachio fought? Maybe a battle between rival monsters? There is something here. And then it cuts to monsters talking about the whole situation, with one of them saying, "Hey, do you know anything about the ghost town monster in City Z?"
Something about elite monsters gathering for a secret purpose.
No, not that. Not that rumor, but something even worse. Both monsters and humans are scared of that place now. Seriously?
Seriously?
And then it shows Saitama cooking some seaweed in his pot, with Geno saying, "Why is there so much kombu outside your door?" Well, I just happened to, I found some cheap. And then it shows that Saitama is just cooking the seaweed, and he's thinking back. And then it shows Geno saying, "I have heard that seaweed is good for hair growth, but the effects have not been confirmed medically." And then Saitama doesn't say anything at all. I researched it, so I know. For example, according to this website, who said anything about that? And then, apparently, it shows that Saitama apparently beat Kombu Infinity into submission, because at the bottom of this page, it has Kombu Infinity sobbing with him thinking,
"He plucked every weed from my body!"
And that is the end of chapter of Punch. What is that? Punch 21? Hold on. That's Punch 21, because now we're on the bonus. Now we're on the bonus manga now. Bonus chapter. Where is it? I'm trying to find it. Punch 20. Wow, did I really just burn through this already? Wow, did I really burn through this that quickly? Oh, it was only Punch 20. I thought it was Punch 21. My apologies. That was the final chapter, final punch. Now we move on to the bonus manga chapters. Summer! Sorry about that. I just had to reconfirm. City Z, Shelter Number 7. These defense systems activate in times of disaster, as it shows this massive dome just going up all of a sudden, and can withstand various types of impact. Disaster mainly means the appearance of a monster. A monster is a dangerous, intelligent creature that threatens human civilization. Today, the shelter's defenses are fully activated. Hiccups. Oh, that's not good. Is everything all right out there? In other words, and then there's a massive explosion outside. In other words, a monster has appeared. And then it shows monster, 170,000-year-old cicada nymph. And it's this giant bug, but it has a face of a baby that's also crying out as well. I'm not doing the sound effects of the baby. And heroes being tossed to the side as they are dodging falling debris, with one of them saying, "Its exoskeleton repels our attacks, and it's powerful. Be careful getting close." Leave this to me. You're the tough rookie known as Darkness Blade. And it shows this dude who's completely clad in black armor with a black sword just walking up behind them, with him saying, "My ruthless blade that chops evil into pieces can chop anything into pieces." Maybe you shouldn't talk. These are professional heroes, it says the narration. Professional heroes are hired by the Hero Association, a private organization founded recently to address the threat posed by monsters. And here we have Class B, rank 61, Darkness Blade, Class C, rank 140, Red Muffler, and Class C, rank 299, the Grad School Grad. Their job is to eradicate monsters. And as it shows all three of them walking, it shows their faces perfectly clean and everything is normal. Next, after saying that their job is to eradicate monsters, it shows their faces completely bloodied and beaten down. And it shows them going into the shelter. It shows them just walking into the shelter beaten senseless, with some civilians saying, "We're screwed if you guys hide in the shelter. You call yourselves heroes? What about that monster outside? Return my donation to the association." With Grad School Grad thinking, "I need a new job." And then it shows Red Muffler say, "The monster is too strong. Let's wait until it dies naturally." What? That would take years! Then Grad School Grad says, "We did not defeat our target, but we brought more citizens to the shelter. That is all we can do." And then it has people whispering, going, "The number of monsters has been increasing, but these guys are our defense. They helped us evacuate. Thanks, I didn't know about this place. Thank you, heroes." They're useless. Good thing these people made it here. Huh? This is an evacuation shelter? Yeah, we're saved. No way. This sucks. Oh man, I didn't know I followed those guys to find the monster, says someone. Pardon me, coming through, sorry, but move it. Huh? That way is the exit. Yeah, I'm going outside. And everyone gets quiet, as this is apparently Saitama who's saying this. And then they grab him and says, "No, young man, don't be rash. Huh? Let me go. I can't stay here. Let me go out. Hold him down. He's crazy with fear." What are you doing?
The monster's out there. It's dangerous.
Yeah, that's why I know you're scared, but there's nowhere else to run. Wait here for someone to beat it. Yeah, that's why
Just calm down. Someone call faculty staff.
Don't pull my hair. It's falling out again. And then it has a woman come up saying, a woman with glasses coming up saying, "While the shelter's defense systems are activated, the exit won't open. Only people who pass the entrance's biometric identification may enter, so the monster cannot come in. This place is safe." I can't get out? Will you please open it for me? No. I shouldn't just break out, so I'll wait here. I have to pee. I drank too much tea at lunch. And then this woman gets on the loudspeaker saying, "Everyone remain calm. The Hero Association spent a vast sum building this shelter. It is a fortress for protecting humanity. The exterior can withstand super hot temperatures and absorb all manner of impact. Before these impregnable walls, tanks and missiles are powerless." I hope the John isn't crowded, says Saitama. The entrance's biometric identification device even recognizes monsters disguised as humans. The overhead sprinklers disseminate a negative ion mist, and soothing classical music aids relaxation. Huh? To relieve the evacuee's stress. The shelter is unbreachable. It's perfect. Completely flawless. And then Saitama walks up to her and just says, "Where's the toilet?" There isn't one. There isn't that? Isn't that a huge flaw? 1 hour later. No one leaves until someone beats the monster. The situation is dire. Will my bladder hold up? I can last 15 minutes, tops. Oh no, the monster just beat 2 Class A heroes! The Hero Association has declared threat level demon. A new team will be here in 3 hours! And that's when it hits Saitama as he stands up and just walks past everyone. That's it. I gotta relieve myself. Hey, what are you doing, kid? It's that weirdo from earlier. I'm going out. Give up. There's no way out. That's a wall, as Saitama just walks up to a wall. The front door sounds expensive, so this'll do. And then Saitama just proceeds to punch a hole in through the wall. Remember? The same wall that was impregnable, where even tanks and missiles could not dare touch it. Saitama just says, "This looks like the most inexpensive part, so let me just break it." And he just punches it saying, "I'm going to the convenience store." And then he just hops outside and everyone just looks in silence. Oh no. Did the wall just fall apart? That crazy kid went out. The monster might get in.
And then a little girl says, Papa, I'm scared.
It's all right. The heroes will beat it. The monster was that way. That kid's a goner.
And then it shows Saitama running as fast as he can.
I wonder who he was.
His name is Saitama. As it shows Saitama running, you can kind of see patches of his hair falling out. Like you see a bald spot on one side of his head. So his hair, as his power has increased, his hair has been slowly falling out completely. And then it shows Saitama running towards, there's one! A convenience store! Then a massive claw goes in front and goes in front of the convenience store that Saitama's running towards. And it's the cicada nymph. And Saitama, without any wasted movement, just says, out of the way! And just proceeds to punch a hole straight through the cicada nymph without even losing any speed. And then we have narration saying, he became a hero for fun. And now it shows Saitama standing on top of a building, staring face to face with a monster, 170,000-year-old cicada imago. With Saitama smiling, saying, summer's here. And that is the end of the first bonus manga. Now we move on to the last bonus manga and the final thing to read for today's volume. Bonus manga, A New Wind Blows. I want to be a hero. I want to be a hero. And it shows, I guess this shows, I wanted to be a hero. I wanted to be a hero. And then we have someone on the news. I thought this was Saitama at first, but Saitama doesn't wear glasses. And it's someone in a suit, someone in a jogging suit just running. With news saying, what it takes to be a hero, you just have to care about peace. But it helps to have a body tough as nails and the courage to fight monsters. And you have to be a beautiful symbol of justice. You can never cease polishing yourself. And now, introducing a new movie! Our guest, the top Class A hero on My Mask, has starred in a thrilling film. Another movie? It's a My Mask, aka Handsome Kamen. Or Handsome Kamen.
He's so cool.
And then the guy with the glasses who we saw at the beginning of this is just staring. And then someone says, yo, new guy, pay attention, you'll miss our target. Bonero has a Class C bounty on his head for serial arson. He wears a red hood. He'll earn us a load of points. What time do we finish today? Huh? We don't go home until we snag Bonero. That's because we're heroes. There's a sale at the supermarket today. Veggies'll be cheap. And then it cuts to this person inside the subway thinking, when I was scrimping away as a company man, I feared a future without hope of advancement. But then I noticed an advertisement. Hero Association, preserve the peace, the new face of security. Freeze, Bonero! The Hero Association's Blizzard Bunch has you surrounded. Get on your knees and put both hands on the ground. Hope you guys have been able to hear me clearly. My apologies if I haven't been clear all the way. And then Bonero just stands there. Why are you waiting? Are you gonna take on 20 heroes? For heroes, you lack individual flair. Why are you all wearing suits? Black is the Blizzard Bunch's color. Factions exist within the Hero Association. The Blizzard Bunch has the largest membership and dominates Class B. Just put your hands up. I'm gonna burn you up. I joined the Blizzard Bunch soon after advancing to Class B. Or rather, they pressured me to join. Yeah, run Molotov cocktails! And Bonero just throws in multiple Molotov cocktails into the air. Sorry about that. This is the last. My grandmother has been over our house for the past couple of days. Real quick. Sorry about that. My grandma has been over for the past couple of days, so this is her last day here with us, and my mom is about to take her back. So I just wanted to tell my grandmother that I love her and I enjoyed her company while she was here. I just wanted to say that to her in person. I didn't just want to just scream across my room to say that to her. But back to it. So Bonero throws up loads of Molotov cocktails in the air, but then it shows Bonero completely unconscious in the midst of this blizzard bunch, with someone saying, "That wasn't easy. Never underestimate strength in numbers. So we divide the points by 20? No, wait. This new guy stinks. He isn't even a diversion. He doesn't deserve any points." This is just like at the company. That's okay, you don't have to report my name. To be honest, I don't see the point anymore. A monster has appeared! And it shows threat level demon fan that's going up against the Blizzard Bunch right now. It's using wind! It's too strong! Where's Miss Blizzard? And then it shows someone stepping in front. It shows someone stepping in front of the path of this fan, but she's completely unaffected, with her saying, "You're in my way, so scram. I'll handle this. You go home." Unlike other members of the Blizzard Bunch, she had an unusual power, and my encounter with her changed my life. Come on, stand up and cheer. Come on, stand up and cheer! She uses an inborn psychic ability to defeat monsters. Take this. Miss Blizzard! In quality and talent. Miss Blizzard! Not all heroes are equal. Hellstorm! And she picks up small rocks that are around here, telekinetically, and she, well, I thought she was going to do something, but she winds up getting slammed against the wall by this fan, along with everyone else. I actually thought she was going to do something, but there's a massive boom, and she and the rest of the Blizzard Bunch get slammed against the wall. And then it shows her coughing, and then the demon fan stops, and it shows the last person, the guy that they saw that wasn't even fit to be a diversion, he's the only one left standing. I couldn't control my thoughts. I had worked hard, but the Blizzard Bunch destroyed my confidence with their numbers and talent, and then a single monster eliminated them. I'm the only one left. Should I fight? I don't stand a chance. And then the wall behind him completely explodes, as we see another woman who's suddenly floating in the air behind him. What the? Class S, rank 2? That's Terrible Tornado! And she's just floating in the air, looking smugly at everyone. And then she looks at the guy who's still conscious and she says,
Are you little sis's friend? In Class B?
I'm sort of her underling.
You're pitiful, weak, and cowardly. Give up being a hero.
And then all it shows is just him going, Gah! With his glasses. Then it shows the demon fan going up again as it tries to blow in the direction of Terrible Tornado, and she withstands all of it. So much that the wind starts to blow parts of the force of the fan starts to blow parts of the building that that isn't shielded by her completely apart. And then she says,
You're good at strong winds, huh? Blizzard isn't strong enough for that.
And then she just casually swipes her hand, and the entire demon fan just completely becomes dismantled. Think about when Mace Windu was fighting the super battle droids in the Clone Wars cartoon, where he just held his hand up, and all the screws of one particular super battle droid just came out completely. A terrible tornado just completely dismantled this demon fan monster. And then we get more narration. Tornado was stronger than me. Blizzard and the monster. The fight was over in an instant. Then she took Blizzard and disappeared.
You're pitiful,
says Terrible Tornado in this guy's mind. I can't fight a monster without a special power. Hard work isn't enough. Talent and birth determine everything, but I don't have a particular talent. It isn't fair. I worked hard, harder than anyone. Who are you? The news said that there was a monster. You're Class C? The fight's over. And it's Saitama who's standing here with this guy. It is? But that thing's still moving. Huh? And then it shows that the demon fan is still moving. The propeller is drawing all of its thrown about parts back to it. No, it's moving. The propeller was its main body? No way! It came back to life! And the demon fan has just pretty much reassembled its body again. No, perfect. No, just run! A Class C hero like you can't beat it! No, I'm strong, so... Don't do it! I trained to give myself confidence, and I reached Class B, but look at me! Normal people have limits. Talented people are fundamentally different from us. Says who? Don't get yourself killed out of admiration for heroes! And then it shows the demon fan turning on, and it shows Saitama just punching it, destroying the actual propeller itself, because that was the main part that drew all the other parts to it. That was its main body, the propeller itself. Saitama just one-shots the demon fan with him saying, that wind is too cold. Who decides limits? And based on what? You said you worked hard? Well, maybe you need to work a little harder. Is that really the limit of your strength? And it shows that Saitama punched it so hard that it exploded high up into the clouds, with the force of the explosion being enough to kind of part the clouds around it a little bit. So he punched this joker far. Is that really the limit of your strength? Could the you of tomorrow beat you today? Instead of giving in, move forward. Who are you? You're this strong because of hard work? What? Genes, mutation, or drugs? He must have been born special. He's probably filthy rich and modified his body somehow. I gotta go. There's a sale today. Veggies will be cheap. Hey, that's the same thing that this guy said at the beginning. The new guy quit the Blizzard Bunch. Did he give up being a hero? No, he's still with the association. The moron, what's he thinking? The lackluster loner won't last long. He'll be all rival now, but I'm sure he'll quit soon. And then it just shows that this one dude has steadily just kept running. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of Volume 3 of One Punch Man. So, at an hour and 14 minutes, all I can say is, I'm enjoying these read-throughs! Oh my goodness, they're so much fun. But I don't want to keep you guys here any longer than I already have. I just intend to do these volumes and read through them so that when people look at this in a playlist, it's not just me droning on for longer than I need to talk about other things. But I'm just mainly focusing on reading these volumes. But overall, I enjoyed myself immensely with this volume. And I can't wait to see you guys next Wednesday as we get started on Volume 4. But for all of you wondering what I'm going to be doing tomorrow, so Thursdays are Jujutsu Kaisen days, where I will be reading through the next volume of Jujutsu Kaisen. I believe Volume 2, I want to say. Yes, Volume 2 of Jujutsu Kaisen. But at the end of the day, once all is said and done, all I can really say is, hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. And if you're new to the channel and you enjoy what you saw here today, then consider subscribing or even consider becoming a member, because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day. And once again, as always, later, peoples. I love my job. I like my job. I like it.